close.
Let them have it again.
Some more and some more and some more and
I
some
can just
more.
say, nah, I want to hold on to it because I see what y'all doing. I'm going to do it myself now.
You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah. So more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah, you hear that, Hollywood?
Yeah.
We going about it all wrong.
And then Media Takeout added even more fuel to these rumors when they published a report on Shannon and Hollywood's relationship.
When Unc say he want to date younger men, they killed me.
Here's the final stop of the day. Total Wines. The line started over there.
I got the best stylist in the world. Not the United States, the entire world. Of 8 billion people, I got number one. And can't nobody stop us. Shay Sharpe and Hollywood, a dynamic duo that can't be stopped. Run tail down.
Now, here's the thing. Look, Jasmine, when have you ever seen people go this hard for a personal stylist? Now, you got people that cut your hair. Shannon got people that cut his hair. Okay? He got people that work him out in the gym. He got physical therapists because, he got tight hips and stuff. There's a lot of people that help get him together, producers of his show. Why would he make a video to Hollywood and say that out of 8 billion people in the world, him and Hollywood are going to take the world by storm?
The drama surrounding Shannon Sharpe just keeps getting wilder by the minute. Now, comedian Eddie Griffin has jumped into the chaos, stirring things up with some serious accusations, claiming Shannon might be living that double life, allegedly. This all ties back to the heated lawsuit from OnlyFans model Gabriella Zinga, who's suing Shannon in what fans are calling his frantic move to kill off all the whispers about his real preferences. But Shannon might have made things worse for himself. When he leaked those explosive texts from Gabriella, people started really paying attention. One message especially had everybody stunned. Gabriella claimed Shannon wanted her to play with her tongue in his. That one line had the whole internet spiraling. Now fans are asking the hard questions. Is Gabriella just a smokescreen? Is there a whole side to Shannon's private life he's been trying to hide? And let's be real, Eddie Griffin isn't the only one bringing this up. These kinds of rumors about Shannon have been floating around for years. One of the biggest shakeups involved his former male stylist, known in the Hollywood scene as D-Print. Word on the street is Shannon and D-Print were spotted together looking real cozy on what looked like a romantic getaway. And not long after all that gossip started spreading, Shannon dropped him as his stylist. But by that point, the internet had already locked in their theories, and folks haven't stopped talking since. The gossip streets are on fire, and major blogs like Tasha K are making sure this rumor storm doesn't slow down one bit. People from all corners of the industry have started speaking up. Big names like Eddie Griffin, Shaq, and Mike Epps have all been dropping hints that Shannon Sharpe's image on TV might be a whole lot different from how he moves behind closed doors. So what exactly did Eddie Griffin spill about Shannon allegedly being on the down low? And is this entire mess with the lawsuit just another distraction from the truth? That's the real question everybody's asking. What else could Shannon have been keeping under wraps all these years? Right when Shannon probably thought things couldn't get worse, this lawsuit from OnlyFans model Gabriella Zinga hit like a bombshell. She's accusing him of serious misconduct and demanding $50 million in damages. That kind of money got everybody talking and digging deeper. At first, Gabriella was simply listed as Jane Doe in court documents. But Shannon chose to out her identity publicly, claiming they were in a consensual relationship. And then, in a move that shocked everyone, he leaked private text messages between them. Those messages had some wild claims, including allegations that Shannon was into role play that made a lot of fans extremely uncomfortable. Now the internet is buzzing nonstop. Was Shannon trying to clear his name, or did he just make things way messier? Gabriella, who was just 19 at the time, got pulled into a whole twisted situation when 54-year-old Shannon allegedly started paying for her company. According to the leaked messages, she sent him lines like, "I want you to put a big black baby in me." The wild part? The way she talked suggests Shannon was not only cool with it, but actually encouraging that kind of talk and pushing into those racial role-play vibes. And it doesn't stop there. Not even close. Gabriella's texts also exposed some eyebrow-raising requests from Shannon himself. She claimed he asked her to play with his, well, you get the idea. Real specific, real intimate, and definitely not the kind of thing Shannon probably expected the world to see. He might have thought leaking these texts would prove their interactions were mutual, but it totally backfired. All it did was throw gas on the old rumors about Shannon possibly being on the down low. And just like that, the internet caught fire again. To make things even messier, old clips of Eddie Griffin's stand-up resurfaced, and they weren't subtle. On stage, Eddie straight up said, "Shannon is a closeted gay man." That statement had people doing double takes. Now, when those bold claims first started trending last year, Shannon did bring it up on his Nightcap podcast. But here's the kicker. He didn't exactly deny it. Instead, he brushed it off by saying comedians like Eddie were using tired jokes just to ride Shannon's name for clout. But let's be real, these down-low rumors about Shannon didn't just come out of nowhere. They've been bubbling under the surface for years. But everything hit a whole new level of drama in 2023 when word started spreading about Shannon allegedly getting way too close with his former stylist, Russell Simpson, better known in the scene as D-Print and now going by Hollywood Muggler. The streets were talking loud when people started noticing that Shannon and D-Print's connection didn't look like just a simple business arrangement. Folks couldn't ignore it, especially since D-Print had already been linked to other athletes who were also rumored to be on the low. The pattern was hard to miss. That same year, Shannon and Hollywood were spotted all over LA together, sitting courtside at basketball games, out at high-end restaurants, and even what some called a low-key romantic getaway. D-Print wasn't hiding it either. He was all over Instagram posting flicks of him and Shannon backstage, up close, and calling Shannon the best to ever do it. And Shannon? He used to shout out Hollywood right on his show, showing major love like they were ride or die. It was clear they were tight. Maybe too tight for some folks to believe it was all just friendship. Then Media Takeout jumped in with a bombshell. They dropped a report digging into Shannon and Hollywood's relationship and pointed out something wild. Hollywood's the same guy who stirred up major headlines years ago for claiming he had a hookup with NFL star Kerry Rhodes. That was the moment the gossip really exploded, because now people weren't just speculating, they were connecting dots. Now, when Kerry Rhodes denied being on the down low, people were ready to move on, until receipts popped up that flipped everything. Photos surfaced of Kerry and Hollywood looking real close on what definitely looked like a romantic getaway. Then, Hollywood dropped the mic in an interview with Baller Alert, confirming they were a couple. And when asked about Kerry calling him a little brother, Hollywood didn't hold back. He said, "Well, maybe he loved me like a little brother, but he effed me like a wife." Phew! And yep, that's the same Hollywood who later worked as Shannon Sharpe's personal stylist. That connection had the internet going into overdrive. Now, to be fair, that doesn't automatically mean Shannon's on the down low, but let's be honest, the whispers started turning into full-on conversations.
What they're doing now is that they found out that Shannon is the hot thing. They're using the same joke. It's gonna get old and people gonna get tired of y'all saying that Shannon gay and Shannon this. And you're gonna have to get back to telling jokes. Now, please tell me you're not running out of jokes. Please tell me you're not gonna use Shannon as your punchline for the next 3, 4, 5 years. You're gonna have to start telling jokes. Please tell me you got jokes.
But here's...
By mid-2023, Shannon was clearly feeling the heat. In August, right as the rumors about his sexuality were popping up again, he suddenly cut ties with Hollywood. And the timing? Way too suspicious for fans to ignore. It looked like a move to shut everything down fast. Shannon tried to downplay it all, saying Hollywood was never officially his stylist, just a temp helping out for a bit, but the way he tried to distance himself had people side-eyeing hard. The more he denied, the more folks felt like he was trying way too hard to clean up the mess. And just when Shannon thought he could leave it behind, more voices started chiming in. Comedian and actor Mike Epps was one of the next big names to throw his own little jab, adding even more attention to all the talk about Shannon possibly playing for the other team. During a comedy set last year, Mike Epps didn't hold back, claiming Shannon had hit him up, asking him to come on Club Shay Shay. But Mike said he had to decline because, in his words, he didn't want Shannon looking across at his private park. The crowd went wild, and that joke only added more fire to the rumors swirling around Shannon. At the same time, fans online were picking apart everything Shannon did. From the way he walked to what he wore, nothing was safe. One video in particular had the internet clowning. It showed Shannon stepping out of a car in a tight, skin-hugging tracksuit, rocking an orange purse. That clip went viral fast, and people had jokes for days. More recently, Shannon had to face those down-low rumors head-on again. During his appearance on Cam Newton's podcast, he tried to explain it all away. He claimed the rumors only come back up whenever he's leveling up, suggesting that somebody might be out to derail his success, especially after his big viral moment with the Cat Williams interview.
Gay. That gay. That sitting there with them tight-ass pants on, with his balls and all over Cat's face.
But just when things seemed to cool down, Dr. Umar Johnson jumped in and stirred the pot again. He claimed Shannon might have leaked a scandalous moment himself, just to shut down the DL rumors. If you missed it, back in September, Shannon accidentally went live on Instagram while he was getting intimate with a woman named Michelle. They weren't visible on screen, but the sounds? Very clear, and people caught on quick. Some folks believe it was an honest mistake. Others think it was a calculated move to prove a point. Shannon might have deleted that Instagram live in record time, but by then it was way too late. The clip had already spread like wildfire. Fans lit up the internet with reactions, memes, and theories about what really went down during that steamy moment. But Shannon wasn't about to let the situation spiral without jumping in. He hopped on his IG story, claiming his account had been hacked and the whole incident was just someone messing with his page. The problem? That story disappeared almost as fast as it went up, and honestly, nobody was buying it. Folks were calling cap all over the comments. Eventually, Shannon decided to address the chaos head-on during an episode of his Nightcap podcast. And this time, he finally owned up to it. He said the live wasn't intentional, just a messy slip-up. According to him, he tossed his phone onto the bed without realizing he'd gone live right before getting intimate in what he thought was a private moment. But instead, the audio got broadcast to the world. Shannon claimed he felt super embarrassed and disappointed in himself. But when you watch the podcast, his energy didn't exactly scream ashamed. He looked pretty chill for someone caught in such a wild moment. Still, Shannon wasn't finished. He made it clear that all those rumors saying he did it on purpose, false. He stood firm, saying he'd never pull a stunt like that just to shut down gossip, even though a whole lot of fans still think the timing was real convenient. But fans weren't buying it, not even a little. Social media was full of people calling out the holes in Shannon's story. Like, seriously, how do you accidentally go live on Instagram? It's not just one button. You gotta tap through multiple steps to get there. So his explanation wasn't adding up, and people were dragging him left and right. Then Shannon tried to spin it even more, claiming it wasn't even him who ended the live. It was his assistant, Jordan. But hold up, if Jordan could turn it off, why wouldn't he have noticed it was on in the first place? And if he saw it and stopped it, why couldn't he have been the one who started it too? That whole part of the story just made everything even messier. So of course, the internet went into detective mode, and before long, folks were asking the real question. Did Shannon stage the whole thing just to shut down the long-running DL rumors? That's when Dr. Umar Johnson came back into the mix, dropping some serious thoughts on the situation. He said the timing of the live was just too perfect. Like Shannon was trying to flip the narrative and prove once and for all that he was with women, and only women. Dr. Umar even said, "I think Shannon, or the woman he was with, and I pray it wasn't a snow bunny, orchestrated that." He didn't stop there either. He added, "I do Instagram Live on a regular, and that didn't look like no accident to me." And just like that, fans were back to questioning everything. Was it a messy accident? Or a strategic move to kill the rumors for good? Look, let's break it down like Dr. Umar did. First, to go live on Instagram, you gotta open the app, swipe over to Live, tap the button, and then confirm you're ready to broadcast. It's not something that just happens by tossing your phone on the bed. It takes effort, step by step. Dr. Umar wasn't trying to drag Shannon, but he was being real. He said, "I'm not gonna call my brother a liar. Even though he's a bunny hopper, I still respect him as a black man." But even with that respect, he couldn't ignore how convenient the situation looked. Dr. Umar pointed out what everyone else was thinking. Shannon had a lot to gain from that little accident. Before it happened, people were accusing him heavy of being on the DL. Then suddenly, a wild moment leaks with audio of him getting busy with a woman. And just like that, the rumors die down a bit. Coincidence? Some say no way. On top of that, the attention didn't stop at social media. Word is, an adult film company offered Shannon $100,000 just to license that audio clip or work with him on a project. That's real money off a so-called accident. Plus, his follower count shot up, and more people started tuning into Nightcap. He was already doing numbers, but after that, his name was everywhere. Dr. Umar made it clear. He wasn't accusing, but he understood why people like Machi and Cameron were side-eyeing the whole situation. Shannon gained clout, cleared up those rumors, at least for some, and rode the wave of attention straight to more success. And then came the convo with Ocho Cinco. That's when things really got interesting. Instead of sounding remorseful, Shannon came off like he was celebrating. He said, "I was getting down, you know what I mean?" And started talking about popping his Viagra, having his condoms ready, like he was proud of what went down. It's tough to believe you're sorry when you're out here flexing about the whole encounter. Dr. Umar wrapped it up by saying, "I'm not calling Shannon a liar, but I can clearly see how he benefited from that ordeal. And honestly, so can a lot of other people. But now that Shannon's tangled up in this wild lawsuit from the OnlyFans model, the one claiming he asked her to play with his back door, fans are raising their eyebrows all over again. The whispers about his preferences just won't go away, and every new scandal seems to spark even more questions. People are seriously starting to wonder, is Shannon trying too hard to prove he's all about the ladies? From the rumored fling with his stylist, to that messy IG live moment, and now these graphic new claims in court? It's like he's always caught up in something that keeps the conversation going. Instead of shutting down the speculation, it almost feels like his every move adds more fuel to the fire.
I think Shannon or the...
And that's what got folks talking? Is he overcompensating? Trying to drown out the rumors by going extra with the public displays and shocking moments? Or is there a bigger story behind the lawsuit that we still haven't uncovered? We want to know what you think. Is Shannon doing the most to cover something up? Or is he just unlucky and always caught in the mess? Drop your take in the comments below, no holding back. And while you're here, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping update. This story's far from over.